So first map is going to be Assault. So
Yeah, there's just so much opportunity here on this Assault map. That good old King, oh no, not King of the Hill, 2CP, as some call it. I'm expecting to see, the favorites, Temple of Anubis, maybe even Volskaya, and, run some pretty either really meta comps or really off meta comps. We've seen some players also get subbed into, let me get them up again, get into sandwich artists. So they're going to be having Basic and Snow. You might remember them from the last match on the Hurricane Tortilla side. That's going to be really interesting to watch as they are at that sort of diamond around Elo. And
so
that
it
could
does
really
look
buff
like
effects.
we are going to be going into Hanamura for our first map. So just
Oh,
waiting for final ready checks from the rest of the teams, and I think we should be good to go. So that's going to be an interesting one to see if what we got on our first maps. So we're just jumping straight into the game.
yeah, they could really be playing anything here from May Reaper to Double Shield, Double Sniper, something a bit more meta. We could even see that Far Mercy. I know a lot of people do like to play that, especially at this elo where it's almost uncontested if the enemy team do not have a strong hit scan. Now let's see what they pick. It is going to be an interesting matchup for sure. Okay, we're seeing that Tracer with the Brig Anna, a very classic comp. Brig Anna is really strong. They can counter any form of flankers on the Resurrection side. We're seeing Sandwich play, a dive comp with the Nanoblade. What? What on earth is going on here? We thought it was dive, but we were wrong. And this is on defense, if you remember. So we're going to be seeing defensive nanoblades. We've seen nanoblades work really strongly. Both teams are running it, in fact, because it's uncontested, especially at this rank. There's no form of CC on Sandwich Arter's side, so this nanoblade could be huge from Resurrection. Okay, now let's see whether these teams can get this opening chip. Going in from left side, the Resurrection team are looking for an early pick with that fat anti-nade on the Genji. The Tracer's 1 HP, but does recall to escape it, causing some chaos in the backline and going for that Ana over there. But there's a fight going on at main, and there's no winner. They're both just stalling and stalling around, while these two flankers are causing complete and utter chaos. The Vegeta falls to the hands of the Ashe, and now the fight's been moved onto the point very, very quickly. The Winston does sleep, but gets right back up, and the Deeper pushes those people into the room. The Pulse Bomb follows up on the Winston. Sandwich Artist losing that core tank along with their Reinhardt. It's not looking good for them at all. The Winston has been nano boosted for some follow-up, but does not quite find anyone. The Genji has to do it for him. There's a Nano Mercy in the skies. I did not notice that for a second. She's absolutely crazy. She's still shooting away. A fat anti. And some strong follow-up with that Dragon Blade. Is this Tracer going to fall shortly after? Nanoblade, I mean not Nanoblade, just Dragon Blade versus Vegeta. Vegeta's still alive. She's not going to die anytime soon. I was wrong. She does. See, now that was a really strong performance from Sandwich Artists. They can sort of play in a variety of different ways with that Winston and Ryan. It's really strange, double main tank, but it seems to be working for them. See, the Resurrection do have that blade for the next fight, and we're seeing the Vegeta from the Sandwich Artist to maybe counteract that with a quick shield bash or flail. But this Tracer from Resurrection, although they lost that team fight, she's still uncontested, and we're seeing a strong performance from the both. And the Bob goes in, causing chaos in the backline of Resurrection. The Mercy and the Vegeta falls to the hands of Mango and Basic, along with the help of Big Bad Bob. Recall has been baited. It's not looking good for Resurrection as they are losing time, and as you know, time is possibly the most important factor on this 2CP. We're seeing the Winston get pre-packed, and whether anything will happen, we don't know, but the DPS are making things happen on the Sandwich Artist side, killing the two other DPS on Resurrection. There is a Pulse Bomb, Diva Bomb, and Dragon Blade on Resurrection's side, so we could see some crazy maybe Diva Bomb to make the space for the blade. Oh, the stick happens and it finds the Vegeta with this important key pick. They're going to push in, but the Mercy reses the Vegeta quickly after. And the Diva Bomb finds in the backline. 3 kills. This is absolutely astonishing. Although we're seeing some reverse picks from Sandwich Archer's side, killing some members of Resurrection, but it's not going to phase them at all. Although the fight's been moved to the point, the Reinhardt and Vegeta are swinging around rapidly. Although this defensive Winston is really, really strong. Oh no, this is the offense. I'm getting... And it looks like Resurrection are going to take this fight. Now, that was up and down. Anonymous is saying Resurrection getting role changed my mind. Well, I think that just did change your mind.
Objective lost. New defense point. Objective B.
It's going to be really interesting to see what fight is going to happen. Now, we don't see many ultimates, but they could engage with the Rally and Blade inside of Resurrection and maybe a Winston ult to counteract that. Axelon is pushing in against a Reaper. He does not die, but he is making space and aggression. Basic full shortly after, and then Long does Dymox. Without any tanks, it's going to look really, really smooth for Resurrection. I think they got this in the bag and they dropped the Blade to find the Ashe. The Ashe falls very, very quickly. Can the Blade get anyone else? No, it cannot, but there's going to be a smooth fight over here on Mango, who gets slept and beat. See here, Resurrection are looking to find a kill on the Mercy, and they do along with the Reinhardt. It looks like it's going to be a smooth cap, but with that Primal Rage causing complete chaos and Lucio getting on point. Bob falls down to the low ground, but he's actually getting significant damage from down there. Resurrection are going to have to play around that, although Sandwich Artists are playing around that as well in a good, positive light. Baptiste dropping the Immortality field a bit early, but it seems to be working for them as they're 2v3ing quite strongly, and with that respawn advantage of it being so close, it looks like they might get this as they only have a Tracer and Genji. Genji's looking low. Grav gets dropped. It finds 3. I don't think any kills will get followed up. Yeah, I was wrong. It finds the Ashe. But this is a lost fight for Resurrection. They should not be fighting this because Sandwich Artists are just going to stagger this Reinhardt. Let's see whether this Genji up on top survives. Look at him on 22 HP. He's absolutely crazy. And the Reaper teleports up to clean him up along with the Baptiste. Wow, that was a really interesting turn of events. I'm really impressed that Resurrection survived so long, although there was a couple misused ults there, to say the least. The Bob jumping off was a big shame from the defensive side. Okay, now these teams are grouping up yet again. The Anabrig should be up front, and the early pick on the Traitor is going to make significant space for Sandwich Artists to push in with that Immortality field right in the open. They do not care, and they are going to brawl the hell out of Resurrection. But Resurrection finds the kill on Basic. The Blade gets a drop. It's going to find the Ashe, and Mango counters it almost by killing the Ana. Resurrection are still going to push in because they have the numbers advantage by far, although the respawn is going to cause some difficulties with that. Some crazy charges. We're seeing the Rally gets dropped. It's a 3v1. You're not going to survive that. Doomfist comes back. Let's see whether he can do anything. I highly doubt it because it's a 3v1 situation each time. These people are getting staggered by getting forced into a 3v1. We're seeing the Shatter get dropped along with a Nano Ryan. It's just an unstoppable combination as he can clean up anyone he finds in that Shatter. And there we're seeing a Grav, just to say, I got Grav. Here it is. That was very interesting. 17 seconds left on the clock for Resurrection. Yeah, Resurrection is a team of subs, and oh no, I'm sorry, I'm getting confused again. Sandwich Artists is a team of subs, so we're not expecting some large synergy. We're seeing players like Peter, Snow, and Basic, 2 of them from Hurricane Tortilla. So there shouldn't be too much synergy. And Resurrection have been a team for a really long time. So some great play from them there. Let's start.
Ready for battle.
Okay, we're seeing Zarya with the classic Ryan Zarya. I'm not surprised to see that. It's an extremely common comp to run at
Attackers
pretty
incoming.
much all
Ready.
elos at this point. We're seeing that Sombra, which is going to be really interesting. Sombra on the defense, it has been done before. Maybe they're expecting dive, which sandwich artists are running, and that Sombra's going to cause complete chaos, hacking the Genji. You know, maybe when he wants to dash, the Far Mercy. It won't be taken down too easily because of this comp, but maybe the Ana needs to test it in the sky. In my opinion, it's looking in favor for Resurrection just by the comps. Look at this Sombra.
One.
He does not care.
Attackers incoming.
It's absolutely crazy. That maybe a bit of BM waving, looking for a kill on the Ana. Can he find it with that Mercy Pocket on the Ana? It's not looking very, very strong. He does manage to escape last second though. We're seeing a team fight. Bubbles get popped. Mango's looking for some excess damage along with that Farah. Farah boops in the Zarya. Can he find the kill? The Zarya was so low, and the Farah gets hacked. And it's not looking very, very strong for the Far Mercy setup. It was really, really close at times. It's a shame there was no follow-up. We're just seeing some classic chip damage. It's a bit of poke, The Farah's desperately looking for a pick, but maybe... Oh, they found one. The Resurrection found one, I mean, on the Genji, but Sandwich Artists are still pushing in. The Winston falls quickly after, and the Diva gets hacked, which is going to cause complete chaos and delay any pushes. Although we saw a crazy res come in on the Winston, they do not want to waste any more time. They know if they push this now, they will be able to get more time in Resurrection if they get it all the way to the end. We see a Shatter get popped. It finds two people, but there's no follow-up for that. A huge Graviton Surge and the EMP combo, very, very classic. That Nano Boost was not needed, but he does it anyway, swinging into that Diva. Are being made, and we're seeing that Genji go up to the high ground. See, this Zarya on the high energy is pretty much unstoppable. I mean, how do you even counter it with the with that heavy beam? Okay, we're seeing Basic got that heavy bomb on Stardude. Is it going to delay anything? No, it's not. It's forcing Resurrection. It's forcing Resurrection to play back, which boosted the Farah. There's the Nano Blade. It's going to be swinging. Farah finds the cleanup. Mango gets the smooth kill on the Ana and the Reinhardt. Absolutely crazy. This is a one fight for Sandwich Artists. There's no way Resurrection can even consider the retake. If they did, it would just be absolutely crazy. Because Sandwich Artists thrashed that fight. They popped so many ultimates, but they're still going to have a Winston ultimate and that Valkyrie for the next push. Oh, Mango switching to the McCree. That's going to be really interesting. But Resurrection have the Blade. They're close to grab. They got the Shatter. They might farm up that Nano. And they're really, really close to that EMP, which charges up really quickly. They're thinking of another grab EMP, I'm thinking. See, there's Winston maybe looking for a dive. They're playing pretty split Sandwich Artists. I'm talking about Winston dives up to the high ground along with the Mercy. They're looking to create space. There's a huge anti-nade, but little follow-up, and the EMP gets dropped without the grab. That's just going to cause that Winston to be a sitting duck, but little follow-up can be made on that. We've seen that rally get popped, and Unlucky just destroys Basic, as there's just no way to stop this unstoppable Zarya force, especially with an Ana who can sleep dart whoever she chooses. We're seeing that Blade also come out on the Resurrection side. It's not going to get too much value, although it did get both supports. It was already a one fight. They just clean up. They still have plenty ults for the next one. The Grav, the Shatter, the Nano. There's just no beating Resurrection with this type of ult economy. Okay, we're seeing Sandwich Artists very grouped up. Mango on the Echo for that Echo mirror. Is the grab gonna come out? This looks like almost a perfect opportunity. It's so tempting, and it does. It finds two, and was that a Diva Nano boost? I could not quite tell. Okay, we're stuck outside right now. Can we find a way back in? But look at this kill feed. It's looking really strong in favor of Resurrection. Is Peter gonna heal up? No, sorry, kill the enemy team. I think he's gonna get staggered over here and just jumps off the map. No, thank you. Lucky gave him a little boost to help him with that. How kind. Okay, we're seeing Sandwich Artists go for the exact same thing again and again. They do have the Reinhardt, which I forgot to bring up before. Oops. On 50% ult charge, I think he can get shattered this fight, although Resurrection do have Nano and that high noon. That high noon can really, really delay Sandwich Artists and make that space. Sandwich Artists just can't really make up their minds. After Mango fell to the hands of the McCree, they're not sure whether to go high or low. Looks like they might be going high ground, and they're pushing without the likes of Mango on the Echo to make those off angles. Diva's also going to go through main. See, these two people playing multiple angles is just going to be absolutely crazy. Stardew falls to the hands of Brazin, and there's a fight almost on point, it looks like. Resurrection are surrounding their own point to counteract the multiple angles Sandwich Artists are taking. Oh, Brigitte is 1 HP. Let's see whether the follow-up can be made. A huge counter charge. It almost finds the kill on Reinhardt, but the Zarya follows up and finds it anyway. The high noon was dropped, which we missed. I'm sure it made plenty of space, and we're seeing plenty of kills get dropped. That nano-boosted Reinhardt going for that copy deco, saying, "You're a fake. Get out of here." Ryan versus Ryan combat, it's not looking well for the likes of Sandwich Artists with that anti-nade. Huge sleeps from the Ana, actually. See, sometimes they don't notice when there's a diva sitting on their point, so the Ana just has to say, "Guys, it's over there. It's over there." They seem to be staggering basic. I mean, I'm not sure whether that's allowed. I assumed it was scrim rules, but Mango doesn't care. He says the team fight's over, but not for me, and finds a quick kill on Echo before he gets charged out of the fight. This Mercy's getting hugely staggered by the brig. Oh my goodness, that was absolutely crazy. Did you see that? He was just swinging slowly and slowly and slowly, as there's nothing the Mercy could have done to get that. Also, we will be having Kirk casting with us for next map, just for your quick information. All that Zarya seems to be getting on a higher charge on basic, I'm talking about. See, here with the nano boost, I'm expecting a nano Ryan. Oh, the copy does get dropped on the Zarya. Let's see whether he can charge up a grab in time. It's not looking very good. Although Resurrection are still winning the fight, even after the Reinhardt being nanoed, there is the Graviton Surge. It finds one on basic, does not follow up with the kill though. Shatter gets dropped and blocked, and the reverse Shatter comes in, following up with those remaining 2 kills. It looks like Resurrection have won this map. Excellent job to Resurrection. Yeah, well, these teams have been playing together for, well, I mean, this team has been playing together for quite a while. They had that clear, strong synergy. They knew which ults they wanted to do. You could tell there was strong communication, which unfortunately the artists weren't able to have due to those substitutions. Just look at this Unlucky. He is crazy. That high charge Zarya, he's just absolutely unstoppable. If this is gold, how am I diamond? Okay, we are seeing some. I saw someone go in. Don't know who.
Okay, so that should be first round or first game to Resurrection. A really good game there. So what did you think of that then? Obviously, the team synergies may not be the greatest with like the team full of subs, but from what you've seen so far, what do you think is going to be happening on the next couple of games?
I don't know. These teams are unpredictable, but the one thing that stayed constant is the fact that they loved playing either Genji or Echo. These people love their flankerish DPS, and there's a reason for that. It's because they know they can get those kills. They're almost, well, they are contested but uncontested at the same time. These people just know how to play against people of their rank at a strong level.
So yeah, I do get where you're coming from with that, because obviously the Resurrection team, they've been playing together for quite a while, and then I think it's Sandwich Artists. They're the ones that have
Yeah.
got a team full of substitutes, so you can see that whichever team it is that's got substitutes, you can see the difference in the synergy between the teams. Really does make a difference. So it does look
Yeah.
like we might be going on to let's go on to the map set to see what game's going to be what map we're having next. So I think it's
Also,
going to
Kirk should be joining us for this map, which will be great to give my throat a bit of a rest. He'll be giving us that nice analysis.
So it's it looks like actually they might be going for control next.
Control.
Uh,
Ah, screw the rules.
yeah. So just confirming. Yeah. So it's gonna be should be hybrid next.
We're
So
probably gonna see a scrims row if they're getting to choose.
oh, there we go.
Very
We
popular
got a
map.
Kirk. Well, welcome to Kirk.
Thanks, TJ. How are
Uh,
you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. How's the camera cam work?
It's not too bad.
Uh,
It could be
how,
better, but not
yeah.
bad for first.
How's the sound, by the way? Because I know that I know you said you were still having some issues with sound. Are you still having the
It's
music or
just a Discord stream,
just
but
Discord stream?
you also have to fix the sandwich artist in the top left.
Yeah, I'll have a look onto that one. But it does look like we are going to be going on to Scrims Row. So good old Scrims Row.
Scrims row
Yeah.
earned its name, that's for sure. Brawl is a very common team comp on this map, typically playing Orion Zarya with high shield break and speed boost. Mei is also a very common hero for Blizz in the wall with a very crucial kit. Very effective in splitting the team from healers and isolating targets, which can lead to easy team fights if played properly with proper follow-up. So I can't wait to see what both teams are running. We might see some double shield on defense, which is very powerful as well.
I think there's a 99.9% chance that one of these teams will play Genji at some point.
Definitely. I mean, Genji with his new buff and his rework. Well, it's not really a rework, but his buffs. I mean, I think they're a long time coming, but very. Everyone
There he
seems to want
is.
to play him.
Resurrection.
So we have a somewhat rush comp from the Resurrection side.
Oh,
So it looks like
Welcome.
the sandwich artists are actually asking for like a minute. So they're just going to try go for a quick 1 minute. 1 minute.
Well, from the looks of it, though, it did look like we had a really interesting defense coming from from Resurrection, seeming to like run some
better.
Winston and Hog. I'd be intrigued to see if they're going to keep that. Because I against the rush comp, I just don't see that being highly effective. But I'd be more than happy to see how that comes out.
I think they're trying to, put their mark out. This is how we do it in comp, in gold. This is how we do it.
Maybe, but it did look like we were gonna see some rush down with a nano blade setup. It's been effective so far, so I don't see why it shouldn't work unless there's some defensive ultimates ready to go. Even tank ults are very good at Mario.
Yeah, the first picture that I found. But it looks like we are going back into game as well now. So hopefully they should be all.
Yeah. So let's see what we are running on both sides. Sandwich artists defending with Resurrection on the attack. TJ, you might want to slash hide chat.
Ready for battle.
So we are seeing this funky defense come from Sandwich artists. I don't see how this tank lineup's gonna be able to follow up on possible Mei walls, but I guess Discords could be focused quite effectively. I'm expecting to sort of see a main tank, a proper shield tank coming, Sigma or Ryan, but
I just can't believe that these guys are playing this comp. It's just crazy. We're seeing 2 off heals. It's just
I
unorthodox.
mean, Resurrection are now playing a Reaper, which it should shut down the Sandwich artists and force them to swap, probably most likely.
Their whole entire team comp.
I mean, it looks like they're going to get hard countered here.
You see that early dynamite just feeds a bit of that Zarya charge that we'd like to see.
It looks like we're going for an early wall as well from the Mei.
Mei gets hooked early, but instantly gets in that ice block, so it does not get countered. We're seeing this Reinhardt swing, but he's anti-naded very, very low. But the immortality field gets dropped, saving a few of those teammates, but the Lucio still does fall to that powerful dynamite.
I mean, I can't believe that this comp even worked for one fight. I mean,
Yeah,
the early
wow.
wall came out and they managed to follow up, which is brilliant for them.
Those
Although
Discord
when
orbs, those
ultimates start,
antis and dynamite, it's crazy.
when ultimates start getting involved, I don't think they'll quite have the advantage.
I agree. Okay, we are seeing Resurrection push in. Dynamite gets dropped, but Rossi falls quickly to the powerful May headshots as Ryan is going in, swinging and swinging and swinging. He does not care, and Mango gets frozen. Let's see whether he falls. He does not. He slimly gets out by a hair. The Immortality Field gets a drop, just protecting that Reinhardt a little bit longer as they go for the May. But they change their mind after the May gets nano boosted. He's going for it. He's doing that splash damage. I've never seen that before with the May, you know, just beaming down the whole entire enemy team. Finds that wall on the Baptiste, and at this point it's just cleanup. Absolutely
Basic
insane
is
play.
Basic is dedicated to this freeze. I don't think he's shooting one icicle, but he is managing to get his ultimate, which is possibly going to win this next fight.
Yeah,
I'd love to
last
see
time we saw. Sorry.
I'd love to see Resurrection just rush in with their Reaper Ryan and just shut down some tanks, but it's not happening. The effective counter wall to stop them getting isolated early.
Yeah, Resurrection are pushing in from that right-hand side. We're seeing that Blizzard get popped. Let's see how many it freezes. It freezes the enemy May, and it looks like that's all. Can they follow up? Oh, the May is Discord, and that was a strong kill. If you didn't notice, they also grabbed the kill on the Lucio as well. This is a lost fight for Resurrection, and they're just looking to farm up a bit of that old charge yet again.
I mean, they are coming up on soon to be 6 ultimates, and the sandwich artists don't have much to stop them apart from a
Shit, it
trance.
gets dropped. It finds so many, and they're pushing in. The Transcendence follows up for that defensive ultimate ability. Mango still does find one kill, the Graviton Surge, but the Maywall boops them almost out of it. Mango is nano boosted, but gets frozen by the enemy Blizzard, which finds 2. It kills the Lucio. The enemy Lucio gets hooked, but the kill does not get followed up, but it does by Basic. This is looking like a very, very close team fight. Winston is hanging in there, drops his primal range, finds in the backline the kill on the Reinhardt, and following up quickly after with the Zarya. Will the Zarya die? The Zarya was so low, and on Sandwich Artist side, whoa, the Ana died, and then the Roadhog died, and then the Winston died. Sold.
I mean, it looked like a very convincing fight to start with. I'm expecting to see the swaps, which we got there from Mango now. I don't know if they're going to keep the Winston against this Reaper and May. It's a pretty hard counter, but I mean, it looks like he's going to stick with it. I mean, Resurrection, they've got some very effective ults coming in now to hopefully win this next team fight.
Yeah, we saw that Discord orb land. Oh my goodness, and we find the triple from Sandwich Artist, killing up Resurrection. They are saying, we've had enough of you rolling over us. We're going to play with Reinhardt and get you back.
They might be lacking the coordination, but they're definitely not lacking the mechanics.
I agree with that. They got these high tier subs, the Mango, the Peter, who was a previous master at some point, and that, of course, Basic. But we are seeing the window get popped, the Maywall to block off some of that damage, but the payload pushes right through it. We're seeing some strong fire strikes. The Reaper drops in on the Monkey, but the Monkey escapes it. There is the Blizzard. Transcendence gets dropped to counter it, but it didn't really matter anyway. A fat anti-nade along with these Discords. Let's see whether Sandwich Artists can follow up, and they do with 1 kill on that Reinhardt. We're seeing the Blizzard also get popped. It did not have much value, but it stalled that May enough for the Reinhardt to push forward to make the space for the May kill to be 100% confirmed. We're seeing
I mean, Sandwich Artists are really showing their worth here. I mean, they're giving a really good fight with these really interesting team comps. But
we're also seeing that break it down just to counter up that cleanup. I don't really think it was needed, as it was a lost team fight, so they won't have that for the next time going in.
They are holding on to this Death Blossom for an increasingly long amount of time, and Mango's on his flank play trying to get a cheeky pin, I'm assuming.
Oh, he goes for it, he misses, and this Reaper is landing heavy damage, breaks down all of his armor, but gets healed up by the Ana. See, Resurrection are playing these, you know, these almost angles, and they're going to go for the main straight through the gate. There's a close.
Resurrection's got lots of ults and hopes they should win.
Oh, it looks like Stardew's going for a Death Blossom. Is he? 3, 2, 1. Not quite. There's the nano boost on Mango. Mango goes for the charge and finds it on Michael Gamer. And there's the follow-up. Kills the May and the follow-up on both supports. Beautiful play from Sandwich Artists. They are just doing so strong in these team fights due to their sheer mechanical skill and knowledge of the game.
Resurrection are really struggling in the fact that they're just not committing ult in a organized fashion. I mean, they should be engaging with some death blossom action now that they've just used trans. You might even see the grab also come out, and hopefully they don't overuse, which will lead them into an ult deficit, probably losing the next couple of fights while they recharge ults.
I agree. We're seeing Mango trying to take this space, get contested. That Winston pure, and we're seeing that Graviton surge when he's at 93. Let's see whether they can break the wall. And yes, they can with a follow-up on 2 people. We saw that Death Blossom get dropped. It only finds 2, but the cleanup is going to be huge as it kills almost the whole entire enemy team. And this Zen's going to be staggered by that Zarya punch straight in his Omnic skull.
Resurrection choosing to play on the cart rather than up for space and ultimates, but they do have a Blizzard, which can be a full fight winning solo ultimate if used properly. So I can't wait to see the Blizzards from both sides coming out.
I would love to hear that comment. I'm sure they're saying 3 on cart, 3 on cart. Okay,
Well, looks like we're gonna get an early window.
Window gets dropped, breaking that May wall, but the 2 Blizzard
C9.
it makes it 8 shape,
C9.
and Wussy drops the high noon. Mango is sleeping in that corner over there. Let's see if he falls. The Zarya is low HP and anti-naded. This is where the Winston can come in, and he does dive in on the back line, finding the Baptiste and the Zarya. There's a cleanup on the enemy Reinhardt, and it looks like there's just the May left. He's gonna fall surely, and yes, he does. Unfortunately, Resurrection lost out after their strong momentum close to that second point.
It's rough. If they held a little bit further up, they probably would have forced out ults earlier and hopefully would have been able to dodge them and play on card. But because they're playing so defensively and passive on payload, it was very easy for Sandwich Artist to come on and force them off with the Blizzard, almost forcing a C9.
Yeah, it was close. Their Blizzards kind of made an 8 shape because they were both stacked on each other.
I mean, I'm very surprised they managed to get away with a Winston on the defense against a May and a Reaper against this Lucio. So
Yeah.
they should have been, in my opinion, they should have just been rushing through with their absolute counter comp and just focus targeting. But they failed to do so, and eventually didn't manage to cap second point, which is quite unlucky.
Attackers incoming in
Resurrection coming for a somewhat classic brawl comp. No rushdown because there's no Lucio, but very effective nonetheless. Sandwich Artists are playing a rushdown but with a Zen. Never mind, swapping over to the Lucio. They're playing a full rushdown with this Winston again though. So
Yeah,
might
we've seen
find
that
the value. You
Oh,
never know.
Lucio, there we go. And maybe that Widowmaker for those opening picks. It's going to be really interesting to see. They're both playing these Brawl-esque comps, and so I'm sure we're going to see some heavy team fights. Although we are seeing that Winston again. It's really interesting to see this Ryan Winston. Oh, feeding the Zarya. Fair enough. Okay, they are pushing in quick, making the space. They go into that little Elderworth hotel.
Going into
And then
hotel,
people
yeah.
fight on the enemy side. Zarya is anti-naded. Let's see if she falls. She does not yet. But Mango is looking for some hefty damage. They're almost forced into that building, but they say no. They're pushing up, making the space, and pushing them back to their spawn almost. We're seeing some kills be made, though, on the Sandwich Artist side. Unfortunately, 2 of them fall. The Winston's still looking to engage, but falls shortly after.
Resurrection held effectively there, probably due to a lack of damage from the off-tank slot, as Winston doesn't deal a lot, but Cleave can be lethal, but it is also countered by the Moira. So, unless he's getting value from the Primal Rage, I don't see how the Winston can help them win. And Mango
and
coming
we
in
saw
with
the
a
Nano
clutch.
Boost get put in, going for both those tanks. He can't just be happy with one, and he does the shatter. He finds, I think, a bit more than he bargained for with the Baptiste in the corner as well, unfortunately, because the Immortality Field, it does up immense Immortality Field.
I mean, he managed to create the space, and it looks like they're going to just lose the point after capping 2 ticks.
Yeah,
A successful recontest due to Mango's slight over-aggression, which...
Mango is stuck in that Graviton Surge, although he stays up, and that Winston Primal Rage is really making that space, pushing people around. The Lucio does find the finishing blow on Michael Gamer, and they do finally cap that point for moving on to those street phase.
Yeah, Tracer coming in clutch with some kills, and that's a second pulse
Drops
bomb
the
in that
pulse
one
bomb.
fight. Nerd is
Jeez.
farming these tanks and getting lots of damage put in. We're probably gonna see some a Blossom and a Shatter coming out next fight. Maybe even just a Nano Blossom from Sandwich Artist, and I believe they're going to probably win this next team fight.
This Lucio's redditing. Oh, he's back. They are making space unlike what Resurrection did before. We're seeing that Nano Boost. He's looking for a shatter. So obvious. And he finds it on so many people. With that intensity field dropping and finding that kill on the Moirad, Zarya, and Reinhardt. It looks like they have won this fight and they are pushing up. They are greedy. They want them
They're
all.
pushing all the way to their spawns.
One person on payload. It looks like.
But the thing is,
Resurrection might be
I
able to
don't
come
think
back.
Resurrection will be able to get back because they're playing so aggressive. They have
It's
to use
not
ults just to
looking
get
good.
through them, and then they have to rush through to point, and I just don't think they can do it.
No, they left the point.
But
No,
Diana's
no,
left the point.
no, they could have got it by now. They would have literally capped it. That is a shame. That's almost a C9 in itself. The bot
But they
comes
did
in,
bait out a
smacks
bunch
Anna
of
up in the
ults
air.
there.
He follows up with the kill, forcing Sandwich Artists to play back, and Resurrection are saying, this is our turn now. They are pushing up.
Resurrection used a lot of ults to redeem this, but are still holding on to a few key ults. They're gonna have that Grav and Shatter both online for the time the next fight starts. And this Winston is starting to get countered.
Out.
Maybe we're looking at a swap there, but I don't think we will. Sandwich Artist, without any ults, doesn't look like they're going to be able to do much, but they might just outskill Sandwich Artist and, you know, cap this point. We'll see, but I'm expecting to see a dry push here. Never mind.
The shot
Shatter.
it finds so many. Yeah, again we see that amazing Baptiste Immortality Fielder and the follow-up with the sound barrier and also that Grav.
The
from
return
Resurrection.
shatter is huge.
It finds it again. Rosie Lee getting those kills. Sandwich Artists are redeeming themselves. These lineups are looking very equal. It's 3 versus 3 right now. Who's going to win it? This nanoed Winston drops the Primal Rage. He should be able to find it. Where? Go back to the point and get these kills. There's a sleeping Reaper. And I don't think these kills are going to be made. I think Resurrection might be able to get back in time to demand a fight. The Reinhardt comes back. He's looking to input some damage on this
Sandwich
Reaper.
Artists
Zarya
have
saying,
6 on point now, and they're just gonna continue to pressure them.
We're seeing some heavy damage. It is now a 6 versus 5. There's the Reinhardt coming back from Resurrection. This is another team fight. Reinhardt jumps into the Dynamite and falls quickly after to the Reaper. It's not looking good for Sandwich Artists as Resurrection find the 3k.
Bob used there at the end was not required as it seems, and that might be the cause of their defeat in the next push. We'll find out, but very close. I mean, both sides are giving it their best. I mean, Sandwich Artists there, I don't know if you noticed, but they played Lucio in spawn, waiting to taxi everyone back, and almost recontested and got the cap there.
Yeah, it was a really smart idea, and we're seeing this team fight happen yet again. They are trying Sandwich Artists. They do not give up. It looks like they might be able to farm the Shatter, but he falls too quickly along.
Mango's
the
shield
and then
continue to push in with his lack of healing input. I mean, there's only one way for him, and it's into the spawn room.
yeah, Brazen
Not
gets
much you can do
that
there.
staggered.
Seconds remaining.
I mean, Sandwich Artists are coming with a Nano Blossom next fight,
See that?
and
That Reaper's
Resurrection
looking for
don't have
C9.
much
He
contestants.
goes behind! He's behind the Ash and he finds the kill! There we go,
Early
Resurrection.
pick.
Know that he's up. The Reaper versus Reaper. Oh my goodness, he finds it again. Unfortunately, the Baptiste does fall, but the Reaper's on the high ground. He's looking for the Blossom. Can he find it?
The
No,
grab
it's
was
not looking
huge
good.
with effective
Good.
follow-up as well.
We're
This
seeing the
Winston,
primal range.
this Winston has to swap if Sandwich Artists want any hope in winning this map.
Oh, Rosie Lee did so well, but it just wasn't enough.
And we swapped onto Zarya Ball for Sandwich Artist, looking to stall this out. Still holding on to this Nano Blossom, hopefully going to be the win condition that they're looking for. But Resurrection also have a Death Blossom of their own, which might just wipe out their backline.
There's the Nano. Where's the Blossom?
There's
There's
a
the
Nano
Blossom.
Blossom, and it gets everything they could have wanted. And it looks like
How many
Sandwich Artists
kills
have
is
won
enough?
this map.
There's no way for Resurrection to get back in time unless they have
The use of
really high.
speed boost there was very effective, allowing this Reaper to move just as fast in his ult as to where he would be. You know, when he's in his ult, he has a speed reduction, but with the speed boost, he's able to go around the map extremely quickly, making him extremely hard to kill, which we'll see right here in the play of the game.
Oh,
The
here
speed boost
is
allowing him to
Nano.
go
Lost
very
it straight
fast.
in there, destroying that immortality field and just cleaning up that whole entire team. Mango does get the finishing blow on that Reinhardt. Greedy.
The sound barrier as well, keeping everyone safe and cozy, waiting for the next round. I mean, I think both sides are doing very well, but I just don't know how how sandwich artists are managing to get away with this Winston. Like he jumps in first every fight and then is just able to walk back to the safety of his team without any punish. So
Yeah.
we might need to see some CC improvements from Resurrection or Focus Fire. But no, both sides are doing very well in defending and attacking.
Yeah, that Winston play was really interesting. I've never seen a Ryan Winston comp work so well on
Hmm.
defense.
I mean, we even saw the hog on first point for Mango. I mean, absolutely crazy team comp, and yet they're getting away with it for so long.
Oh, Kirk, it looks like you have some comments in the Twitch chat. Do you have a response?
I'm not got it open, not gonna lie.
So it
I
looks
don't
like we
want to
are
see
going to
them being
Lijiang
proper.
for the third map. So that's going to be a
Lijiang.
good map. So what do you guys think we're going to be seeing on this? Do you think we're going to be seeing a lot more Ryan
Lijiang,
Zarya, Ryan
it
Winston?
depends because
Farah Mercy.
each map is quite different. So like on Gardens, I'm expecting to see some Pharmacy.
Yep.
On Control Center, which is the inside one, I'm expecting to see some
Genji.
Brawl from both sides.
Reaper.
And on this map, I think we might just see a Sim TP strat to Brawl on point.
I don't actually think I'm going to see a Sim TP shot. I reckon I'm just going to see a classic, maybe Lucio, maybe even Brigitte, when we're talking about utility-wise.
Well, you're right about that. There's no Symmetra, but we are looking at somewhat of a Brawl from Resurrection.
Yeah,
And
and
we have a
Dive.
dive from Sandwich Artist with some sort of a Reaper. I don't know how that will quite work for them.
Oh,
Never
there's
mind,
the
they're going
Sim
for a
TP.
Sim dive.
Is it just to
Very
get out of spawn,
questionable.
or is it to TP on point? Because TPing on point with Dive, I don't know. I don't know about that. Okay, Sandwich Artists are just going straight to point. They have got control over this point, and Resurrection find that opening pick on Mango. This could be huge. Although the anti-nade does get dropped on the ball, it's not going to get a follow-up. Resurrection, Doomfist dives straight in and finds the... Whoa. There was too much going on there. The Doomfist stomped the Winston and punched.
What we
the
saw
Reaper.
there was Resurrection just had the better sustain and damage than Sandwich Artist. It'll be interesting to see if they're able to come back and recontest this point. Winston jumping into the window though,
Yeah, they're going
isolating himself
straight for it
completely.
yet again. The Lucius
Feeding the ult
and
charge.
the rest of the team. Unfortunately, the Winston does fall. They shouldn't really push in here, but they don't care. They're looking for a kill, but Resurrection finds one for them on the Lucio and the Reaper. This Doomfist is going absolutely crazy. He does not have any respect for the Sandwich Artist.
This fight was definitely lost as soon as the Winston pressed shift. He jumping into point, isolating himself, left himself, feeding again. Questionable monkey play here from Sandwich Artists. Sticking with this dive though, probably going to come in with a Nano Blossom to save them.
Yeah, what do you think of this ball, Reinhardt?
I mean, it's not working for them.
I think they did the talking for you with that double boot, and the Echo is following up, and so is the Doomfist. Resurrection are just overwhelming the Sandwich Artist team, and there's that Valkyrie to heal. The
Sandwich
team.
Artists aren't playing to their strengths, and it's evident in their gameplay, whereas Resurrection are playing very structured and together, punishing this monkey finally, which is what I've been waiting to see all games so far.
Okay, Mango is looking for some opening damage, only in that 19% ult charge. It's not looking very beneficial.
And Resurrection are sitting on 5 ultimates, so I believe they should win this with relative ease.
Oh, and there is Nerd with that copied blade, looking for kills. Can he find them? He found one on the Ana. I'm sorry, there's a bit of like it's quite hard to see. There, I see that the Lucio found something. Oh, Resurrection, according to the kill feed, are
Resurrection
dominating.
have won this with the relative ease I was
And
expecting, and they
get off
still
the point.
have half of their ults available.
Star,
Wow.
who just punched basic right off the map.
0 to
Sandwich artists are not quite getting the same impact they were on King's Row. This Winston is not giving them the same value. I'm expecting to see some swaps here though, that's for sure. See some high damage comps, some high damage brawl from both sides. And it looks like Resurrection is on a relatively similar comp to Sandwich Artists here. Be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, the Mercy without the Pharaoh. Very interesting.
Or an Ash.
2 1.
Yeah, not
Both
much
very good
damage.
damage boost targets, but
The objective.
we'll see, we'll see. Lucio would be better for the speeds, but they seem to be committing anyway.
Okay, the fight is coming in. Both the fire shots are being dropped. With that Discord on the Reinhardt, it's going to force him back, although it does get cleansed by the bubble. These teams just can't really find the opening kill yet. They just both want to brawl, but no team is doing it. And there's the kill on the Reaper to open things up. The fire strike to follow through, although Mango does fall. It's looking pretty even in trade. It's just a matter of who's more aggressive, and it looks like Sandwich Artists might take this. The thing, very, very split though, both teams are actually playing extremely split. There's a Reinhardt charge, but the Reinhardt does fall along with the Maid, but the Maid gets resurrectioned. And there is the Reaper at the top looking for some kills, but unlucky. Finds the double on both Zenyatta and the McCree.
The Resurrections might be able to turn this around, and it looks like they're committing ults and
Finding the
coming
kill
in
on
now.
the Reinhardt, and yes, they do. Beautiful Mabel. Let's see who he goes for next. Looking for basic, and he finds it. Following up even more to finish Mango off. This is Resurrection's point, and they want it. 28%.
Sandwich Artists caught the early cap, and that will give them a clean 28. But Resurrection are now pushing the choke, but giving them the space, even though the Mei wall is highly effective in that little doorway.
Yeah, I do agree. We're seeing Mango dive straight in with the blade, looking for those kills. He does find so many with the help of the nanoed McCree. Oh my goodness, the nanoed McCree is going absolutely insane. He did that high noon to initiate killing that Mercy with that follow-up.
I can't imagine Mango is very happy about not receiving the nano.
Yeah, I'm sure he's shouting.
But we'll see Resurrection coming in with a couple ults.
His shots are going to be dropped. Does not look like it. Looks like he gets lasered, but he barely survives. He escapes it surprisingly. Oh, but he gets grabbed.
Grab coming out,
Oh,
but
it's
not enough
fate.
follow-up to get any value.
This will heal you.
You're
Resurrection are going to come in with all their cooldowns now, and hopefully a couple ult advantage as well.
Yeah, I think Resurrection are looking for that shatter.
Both sides are looking for the shatter, I believe.
Just a matter of who's gonna find it first. Rosie Lee gets the kill on the Reaper. This could merit Sandwich Artists to play more aggressive, but that Maywall says, stop right there.
We're gonna see a Nanoblade getting farmed for a couple fights time, but Blizzard for Resurrection should be coming through
They are
and
pushing
getting
in. There's
some
the
big value.
shatter. It just finds the Reinhardt, but the Transcendence comes in with sweep and heal. Along with that Blizzard, which freezes that Reinhardt, but yet again the Transcendence blocked it all. The only pick made was that smooth high noon on the Lucio. Those classic kills, and then Rosie Lee's popping off yet again. 1-3 just by herself with the help of a Reinhardt charge.
Sandwich
And there
Artists are
is the
pulling
kill.
back. The dive wasn't working for them, but the brawl certainly
Lucio
is.
jumps up for the contest. Not
There
quite.
won't be any follow-up though, unfortunately. But it
Oh,
is
Mango
a
used that.
relatively good game from both sides. Very strong sides, I think. The ult usage could be a little bit better from Resurrection though. They used 5 ults and didn't get enough value, as one Transcendence countered all 5.
Yeah. So sad.
Indeed. So it looks like we're not going to see any Fire Mercies.
Pharaoh without the Mercy.
With Lucio and a Moira, though, I don't believe there'll be enough healing for Star
5,
to be able to survive.
Oh,
Oh,
there's the
there we go.
Mercy.
There's Mercy.
round.
But now with just Mercy
Yeah,
Lucio,
what about the rest
Lucio,
of the
there's
team?
not enough healing for the ground to
Yeah.
survive. And the Reinhardt misses his charge and falls off the map
Oh,
instantly.
that is
Resurrection
a
having a
huge
very
shame.
rough start.
Well, yeah, the Mercy could not be there for the beginning as she messed up her Guardian Angel, and that merits Stardew's death. And that charge was so close to finding that kill on the Mango. This Reinhardt does not want to let him go, but he should not push into this, and he gets discorded. Merited.
Resurrection are quite fortunate that the point hasn't quite unlocked and they're going to be able to come and recontest. Hopefully only giving Sandwich Artists a couple percentages before they own the point themselves.
Ooh, and Basic finds the kill on Unlucky with that ball boot. It looks like Resurrection has no chance of pushing into this without one of their two main tanks. Although, Hella slow the pace down of Resurrection. Okay, we're seeing this Far Mercy looking for that chip damage, looking desperately
The
to
Fire
find
playing
something,
inside
but he
point
can't.
is not a very beneficial
Mango
position for
finds
her.
2 with 1 dash, 2 birds, 1 stone. Pharmacy is down, and Basic is spinning around, killing the Lucio, and Mango follows up on the Reinhardt, killing them all. Sandwich Artists have capped that point.
I mean, Mango, he's just got that Harmony Orb and he's just killing everything.
Yeah,
Very good gameplay.
he counters Pharmacy for some reason.
The Fire needs to be playing outside the point and trying to farm as much damage as possible into the backline, but she's just not quite finding it.
Yeah, we're seeing this rotation from Resurrection playing this type of side, so they can't really get boot. But Mango does fall really early on, which is a shame. He thought he could deflect that damage, as they are quite low now. Winston is looking for some follow-up. That is a huge anti-nade. Let's see whether the Winston can die. Oh, the Anna and McCree falls from Sandwich Artists due to excellent play from Resurrection. I doubt it's going to go well for the Sandwich Artists unless they pop some
Although
ults.
Basic is spinning to win and he's not on the floor, making it extremely hard for Resurrection to actually kill him. And it looks
They
like he might
can't
even get
at
to
the point.
99 before.
What? How is he delaying this so much? This is unheard of. Mango is nanoed and he's got the blade. He's swinging around. He finds the kill on the Lucio and the Reaper. He is uncontested. He did do that heavy damage into the Mercy as well. It's looking so strongly in favor for Sandwich Artists because of the fact they killed them all apart from the people on point, which they
I
follow
mean,
up with
that
now.
stall from Basic, this isn't the first time we've seen a ball carry with the stall, is it? We saw it on
No,
Nepal
it's-
earlier, and it's so effective and very hard to punish without a lot of CC. And it becomes evident here at the end. Very good play from both sides, but Sandwich Arts is pulling away with the win this time.
Yeah, it was
Some really good whips there, eh?
Wow. The double. And he still survives. We've seen some excellent ball play today. I'm really impressed with all the teams out
Indeed.
there today with that ball.
But all it takes for the opposition to get more value is to play a Sombra, and all of a sudden you've got a very effective ultimate, which is EMP, and the ball becomes not much of a problem anymore.
Especially on those small control points, you can get them all.
Definitely, it comes down to making those swaps really early so you can get the actual value before it's too late. But neither side are making many mid-game swaps, which is interesting. So they're keeping to their ultimates, but they could definitely be swapping to slightly better heroes. That's for sure.
Yeah, I agree. They need to be playing it more like rock, paper, scissors.
Indeed, indeed. At the end of the day, it comes down to counterplay rather than just winning the first fight.
So from the looks of it, we are just going to have a quick 1 minute break on the from Rosie Lee. So from the sandwich idiots, sandwich artists side, they've requested a 1 minute toilet break. So what we'll do is we'll just pull up the map set for the next map. So it looks like we're going to go on to escort on the next map. So what do you perceive is going to be really strong, and how do you think the Resurrection team can actually pull it back, because they're actually on a 2-1 loss in a minute. So how do you think they could actually pull things back and actually get a 2-2 and possibly get us to map 5?
I believe Resurrection can very easily do this by sticking to their brawl. Their brawl seems to be very comfortable to them and very effective. But what they do need to do is they need to find out how to punish the Swinton slash Ball from Sandwich Artists, and they'll be finding a lot more success in what they're doing.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult for Resurrection, but it's just all about counterpicking, especially in these situations where there's just a few heroes which seem to be outplaying you. You just need to play what counters them, and if you don't know what to do, just play Vegeta.
Indeed, indeed.
So
I
it's
think I
so
think it's very important to counterpick rather than keep an ultimate, especially when the ultimate maybe not is a instant fight win.
So I still think it's a bit strange that they are playing that Winston as well. So as I know, who was it that was playing Winston on? Was it Mango?
No, it was the other one,
I
uh, Tuk
Right.
Tux or whatever it is.
Hmm.
Although he is finding a lot of value from
Yeah.
it, and he isn't getting punished. So I mean, there is no reason to swap in his situation, which is fair enough to him.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm really surprised to see the fact that the Winston worked. I'm still shocked the Winston working on that King's Row.
Definitely, I think you'd find more value in a Sigma or a Zarya comboing with the Reinhardt, but I mean, Winston is forcing Resurrection to play more passive, which shouldn't be the case. But Resurrection are happy to give the space away, which is leading to them eventually losing these maps.
So it does
Very
look like
unfortunate.
we are going to be going over to Route 66 for our
Ooh.
escort map. So with this, what do you think we're going to be seeing? Do you think we're going to be seeing a lot more
I mean,
dive, or
I
think
mean,
dive.
brawl and dive and double. I mean, it's all very valuable on this map, but
You can play anything.
just about, yeah. I mean, it really comes down to what the team's preference is, in my opinion.
And that
So
means we're seeing Nanoblade, I reckon.
I reckon you might be right, Doc. I think we'll be seeing that Nanoblade coming out from coming from the Sandwich Artists, which seem to be liking the sort of dive play style over the brawl.
Yeah.
I think what we need to be doing is I think Resurrection, the only way they'll win this is by playing a very effective brawl comp against Sandwich Artists preferred dive.
Yeah, Sandwich Artist might have this one in the bag if they play that ball again, spinning on the payload. There's just nothing Resurrection can do unless they do pick that Sombra.
Sombra could be a game changer as well as a May as well, forcing some really hard focusing on this ball.
Do you see what I'm seeing? Nanoblade versus Nanoblade.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be interesting to see whether one team will wipe and then they'll use the other Nanoblade the next again fight, or whether they'll use them at the same time. Come down to the battle of the swords.
Yeah, we do know that these teams do love sword fighting. Now, Sandwich Artists on defense with that Zenyatta Anna that we've seen them play before. Yeah, these two, they're too flexible.
Resurrection not playing the defensive ultimate though might be their loss because of this Nanoblade win condition that Sandwich Artists are running.
Yeah.
Because Resurrection will have to bait out that trance, otherwise they're going to get very little value from this Nanoblade. But let's
Seen
see.
the No, she cannot.
I
Okay,
believe
there.
that both teams are running this brawl comp, but Resurrection seems to have it a little bit better in my opinion.
Yeah, the brawl is starting. Both teams don't have their bubbles, and they are starting to move in, swinging and swinging. Although Stardew does find the kill on Sandwich Artist Reinhardt, and there is trades. Tank after tank has fallen. Let's see whether these teams start to get more and more aggressive. Ooh, the huge sleep dart on the Widowmaker at the top does take it out of the fight for a short period of time, and it seems like Sandwich Artists managed to push the enemy team, sorry, the Resurrection team back.
Resurrection got that early pick on the Reinhardt, and I was sure they were gonna win that team fight because of the
Yeah.
fact that they still had theirs. But they decided to disengage and recontest later,
I
which is
agree.
very questionable. I would have personally pursued the fight.
And we see the Nano Blade from Mango. He's diving in straight on the Baptiste, cannot quite find it. Going in for the Ana, gets the kill on the Ana, moves into the Baptiste, finishes off the Baptiste. Now he's going for the Nano boosted Ryan and kills him very, very quickly afterwards. Could that be play of the game?
Well, I think we're gonna see more of that. That's for sure. The lamp did disrupt the blade though, even
Yeah.
though you can slash dash the blade, leaving everyone inside on 1 HP for just another swing to get your reset. But a successful hold from Sandwich Artists and Resurrection coming in with a couple ultimates very soon. I reckon we'll see an early window, trying to get an early pick with the Fire Strike. And
Yeah, these two teams are starting to clash again, taking that high ground. And the window with versus the grab, it looks like it's going to be really, really close. There's a huge anti from the side of Sandwich Artists, and it's not going to find much. Transcendence has been dropped on the side of Sandwich Artists as well. They've lost so many ults, and they're still losing despite it's not looking really good for them. And just trying to contest them on point, and basically trying to follow up. And there's a shatter, but it did not really find anything.
no, it didn't
Like,
find anything at all.
that's a shame.
That might come back to bite unlucky there.
Although
And,
Nerd does find the kill on Sandwich Artist Ana, and that is their main form of healing, as they only got a Zenyatta. That's gonna surely cause them into a panic, but they don't care.
another
Mango
blade is
blading
coming
them
in, swinging.
straight in. He did kill the Baptiste and push them all the way back, almost to their spawn by that heavy damage output. Given.
It's interesting to see how often Mango is getting this blade off cooldown. These buffs are really sort of helping Genji to become slightly more viable.
Yeah, and this could mean we could see Nanovisor. Oh, okay. It looks like Sandwich Artists are engaging with a Reinhardt charge. Oh, there is the visor without the nano, but it's still fun.
They're playing too many angles for Resurrection to hold on.
This is way
They're
too strong.
struggling
I think
too much.
Ahead to jump off.
Resurrection gonna probably go for some last minute efforts to try and get their ultimates. And we see some we see an emote from Tox there. A bit toxic if you ask me, but we'll see if that emote is justified later on, eh?
There, Michael Gamer has got the Graviton Surge, and he does pop it. He finds 3
4
people.
now.
Let's see whether they can... Oh, 4, yeah. Let's see whether he can get any kills. He does find 1 on...
The Nano Ryan
and the
charged
Nano
off the
Ryan.
map.
Wow, that is such a shame. They lost so much value there. They also popped that window. Ooh,
We've seen this
Mango is so
before
close
where
to
the
play.
clutch could come through, but it does not look like Mango has got this, and he is staggering himself, not allowing himself to be there for the last fight. C9 question mark? They're starting to lead the payload.
You never know.
I think San Artists are going to give them the point here. Never mind, they're coming in for a late test with a big shatter and trans follow-up.
Following them up, and there is that Graviton Surge to clean up the Zarya. There's 3 left on Resurrection's side, and 1 of them just fell. And there is a Dragon Blade.
Star
So maybe
has
clean this up, and
watch
he does
this.
not get back onto that point. Now that is a shame from Stardude. You never know, if he just swung around on point, he might have found a couple more kills.
Maybe, but we found that Sandwich Artist had so many ults just ready to use, and they were ready to commit every single one of them just to win that fight. And as a result, they did. If they were to have lost that fight, they would have found themselves in trouble for point 2, though. That's for sure. I wonder if we're going to see this dive again from Sandwich Artist on this attack, as it is very effective.
Do you think we'll see the Genji?
We're definitely going to see Genjis coming up from Sandwich Artist at least. Definitely going to play that Nano Blade, probably with Mango and the Genji again.
Hanzo?
Hanzo Mercy on the defense from Resurrection, and it looks like they might be playing Ball. Now, I don't know how this is going to work for them, but they probably have a strategy with this Ball, which I just don't know of at the moment. But
Greetings.
Maybe
They,
boot them off the
they
high
are running
ground.
a Sombra on Sandwich Artist, maybe a bit of stream
Oh.
sniping, who knows? But this is the first time I think we'll see the Sombra coming from either side. But ball on both sides could
In
be
Russia,
could
game
be a
played
strong
Five,
strong pick for the Sandwich Artist, as there's not much to punish on Resurrection.
attackers incoming. Stop the
Okay,
payload.
both teams starting to move in. Look at that ball inside of that corridor. Oh, is
Ball.
that a versus the ball? The balls are causing some mayhem in both lines. Resurrection's ball is low anti, but he does roll on out of there.
Sombra missed the hack on the Resurrection's ball though, which
Look at
is
this ball and
probably our
Sombra
only
in the back
job.
line of Resurrection.
The Sombra wants to be punishing the ball rather than trying to pick off a Brigitte, which can easily take her in a 1v1.
Oh, the Sombra does fall to the hands of Mighty McCree, along with the ball on Sandwich Artist team. It looks like those.
And we're
trades
seeing
are
a swap from Sombra onto a soldier.
interesting.
And looks like we're going to get a full brawl, swapping the ball and everything. Keeping the
that'd be
Nanoblade though. A very effective ult combo. I think that's going to be their saving grace.
Well, I mean, what Resurrection didn't think of is Sandwich Artists are pretty much halfway there already.
Well, they have to get it all the way.
The
Resurrection
clutch kill on the soldier, that's gonna delay them hard along with that Zarya. Are they looking for some more?
All Resurrection have to do is stop them with 0.01 meters.
Oh, Mango
don't
does
have
fall.
to-
We're not gonna see that Nanoblade come up at least in this fight, which is a shame. It's gonna take him longer to charge it up. Why not just crouch?
No defensibles from Resurrection though. This is probably gonna be the reason they're gonna lose. Because Nanoblade keeps just walking in. The
Look
mines
at those
from
bombs.
Resurrection though.
The Resurrection are
Just
just playing
missing the
down.
Ana.
Unfortunately, does fall to the hands of Mighty Ana. See, Resurrection are still playing this high ground, and there is the Nanoblade. They are looking for the kills. The Zarya bubble protects them for so long. Unfortunately, we don't get a view, but the McCree does fall. And
I
it
think
looks
the
like
lamp
nothing else
did get
is gonna
its
happen.
value as well as the Brick Bash and Whiplash.
Oh,
So
Resurrection are still getting kills. Oh, but they are getting killed. Resurrection currently have no supports in this fight, and Mango is just going to clean up. Zarya unfortunately dies as well, and so does.
I
the ball. It
don't
looks
think
like-
Resurrection have a chance to recontest. Do you, Duck?
No, they do
I-
not. Excellent play from Sandwich Artists. Now they're just going to push up to get those finishing
And
blows.
it
Oh,
looks
Tracer contest.
like
Oh, they are.
looks
they are
like just
actually-
Tracer and Brig are on the point now, but I don't think it's
seeing a
enough for them to
Transcendence.
secure the point.
An aggressive transcendence. This ball could delay it. You never know. All the way to overtime. We've seen some crazy plays.
Oh,
And
there's a
the
slightly
dragon.
delayed dragon for the grab, but it still finds
Oh.
Mango.
That is absolutely insane. But Rosie Lee does get the cleanup with. I got you in my sights.
Was unfortunate, but Sandwich Artists do take the third map, which means they have won the series. But I believe we're gonna play the fifth map anyway to see if Resurrection can pull a second win.
Now let's see this play of the game from Mango. There he is, getting this quick kill on the Vegeta. Goes in for the BAP as well. That is both supports out of this fight, and goes for the Hanzo because he wants some more, and he takes it. Wait, only 2 people on Resurrection? Oh,
Resurrection
looks like we're
seems
not gonna
to
play this
have
all the way.
left,
so that is 3-1 to Sandwich
and
Artist.
it looks like we're gonna end up there if
Yeah,
streaming
so
all
I
of
guess
Resurrection's gone.
that's what's going to be happening there. So I guess Turbo's asking for a 1v6 against him, but I don't know if
Oh.
anyone else is going to be.
I
up
don't
for
think
that.
I don't think he quite has the capabilities to do so, as he was seemingly losing with his team.
Yeah, we did not see any particularly flashy plays from him, so I don't know. It's not looking too likely in his favor.
Well, I would just like to say thank you for everyone who's watching. Obviously, the games are now finished. That's going to be 3-1 against, or 3-1 to Sandwich Artists. Unfortunately, we didn't actually get to see the last Nanoblade because my buttons kind of went weird and I may have gone back to spawn. But yeah, yeah, so teething issues with the first test stream, but I believe it's gone quite well. What do you guys think?
Oh,
I
thought it
mean,
was
we had
great.
some good performances, and the casting has been very good from everyone. I mean, there's been lots of support, and just to get the stream running, it's very clean cut, and it looks like it wasn't the first time, that's for sure.
Well, I'm glad you liked it, and hopefully, we can now pass this or get some feedback from everyone who's watching. Just keep an eye out for
Yeah.
the Too Easy community server announcements. And what we're going to be doing, I think we're going to be finishing it there. Yeah, so I'm just getting confirmation from Turbo now that we will be doing a feedback. Where is it? I did hear.
Feedback submission
Yeah, so feedback
on
submissions tomorrow,
on
yeah.
tomorrow.
So what we're going to be doing there, so we're going to be ending the stream there, guys. So once again, I do like to thank Duck, Kirk, Say, and Tatsuya for...
Yeah, and also thank you guys. Everyone
Thank
say
you for
thank
having
you to
us.
TJ. Not only for having us, but also for being a great host. He also did all these transitions that you see here, all the camera work, just pretty much everything. And obviously helped with the teams getting in as well. He carried this, so thank you very much to TJ.
Not to worry, guys. So what we'll be doing is we're calling it quits there. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we should be pushing this out live to the rest of the public and actually making it an official tournament at some point in the future, so keep an eye out for that one. But what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to call it a night there. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.